Hello, my Banda crew, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little different. Instead of me theorizing, I'm going to use Chat GPT, the AI system, and ask it to theorize about the Crash Bandicoot series. If this is your first time coming to the channel, I release Crash Bandicoot content every weekend. I discuss lore, theories, news, and pretty much anything and everything Crash Bandicoot related. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, maybe consider subscribing. That all said, let's jump back into the topic at hand. We're going to ask this AI system to theorize Crash Bandicoot. But first, I'm going to ask it a couple questions to gauge whether it even knows enough about Crash to theorize about it. Crash Bandicoot is what type of animal? This should be simple. Fictional character that's depicted as an anthropomorphic Eastern Bard Bandicoot, a marsupial of native to Australia. Okay. What color is Crash Bandicoot? Crash Bandicoot is orange. Yes, he has some white fur on his chest and some black around his eyes. Okay, so it at least knows who Crash is. So let's try and ask this AI program. We're going to ask it 3 times. We're going to do 3 theories, and I'm going to grade each theory as either pass or fail, and we'll see if I'm going to be out of a business if this AI can theorize better than I can in the Crash Bandicoot series. So for the first one, we're going to ask it to make a theory. Please construct a theory as to the origin of Wumpa Fruit in the Crash Bandicoot series with as much lore as you can. Let's see. I'm gonna pause the video for a second. Okay, now we're gonna read this theory. According to the lore of the Crash Bandicoot series, the Wumpa fruit grows exclusively on the Wumpa Islands, a chain of islands located off the coast of Australia. The fruit is known for its sweet taste and vibrant orange color. So that's wrong right off the bat because the fruit is all over the Crash Bandicoot world and even the universe because it's in some space levels. The origin of the Wumpa fruit is shrouded in mystery, but there are a few theories as to how it came to be. One theory suggests that the fruit was created by an ancient civilization that once inhabited the Wumpa Islands. The civilization was known for its advanced knowledge of science and magic, and it is believed they created the Wumpa fruit using a combination of both. Okay, that's more of a fan fiction than a theory, because there's never been talk about ancient civilizations with science and magic, other than, Aku Aku and Uka Uka. So anyway, another theory suggests the fruit was created by a group of mystical beings known as the Elementals. Okay, so from Wrath of Cortex. These beings were said to have control over the elements of nature, and it is believed that they used their power to create the Wumpa fruit as a way to nourish and sustain the animals that lived on the islands. Okay. Regardless of its origin, Wumpa fruit has become an integral part of the Crash Bandicoot series. The fruit is a source of energy for Crash's friends. It is often used in form of currency in games. Some characters in the series, such as a villainous Dr. Neocortex, have even tried to harness the power of the fruit for their own nefarious purposes. Cortex tried to use the fruit for his own nefarious purposes. I don't recall that ever happening. In conclusion, the true origin of the Wumpa fruit of the Crash Bandicoot series remains a mystery, but importance of the game cannot be denied. Whether it is created by ancient civilization or mystical beings, Crash Bandicoot or Wumpa fruit continues to be a staple of the series and essential part of Crash's adventure. Honestly, if lore at all remotely connected Aku Aku and Uka Uka to the origin of the Wumpa fruits, I might be more inclined to give this a pass. But as it stands right now, these theories are not really theories. They're more of fan fiction. It's like saying, oh, well, Ripperoo is blue and Lolo is blue, the elemental mask. So since we know both of those lore, maybe Lolo blue on Ripperoo to make him turn blue. It's like, yes, some of the stuff you're saying is tied to the lore, but the theory doesn't make sense. So I'm going to give this a fail. So 0 out of 1. Let's move on to the second question. can you give me a theory as to why Dr. Neocortex and his companion humans all have unnatural skin colors? Okay, in the Crash Bandicoot series, Dr. Cortex and his companions, such as Engine and Brio, have mutated skin color. Dr. Cortex, for example, is a pale greenish tone. I'd always call him yellow, while Engine is a metallic gray skin tone. There are a few theories as to why this might be. One theory is Dr. Cortex and his companions underwent some sort of genetic or technological experiment that resulted in their unusual skin color. It is known that Cortex is a brilliant scientist who has a penchant for genetics, engineering, and possible that he uses knowledge to alter his own skin color as well as his companions. Another theory, Dr. Cortex and his associates are not entirely human, but instead some sort of hybrid species that they're created through a combination of human DNA and genetic material. This theory is supported by the fact that many of the characters of the Crash Bandicoot series have depicted as having animal-like features such as claws, fur, and tail. Third theory is unnatural skin color. Dr. Cortex and his companions is simply a stylistic choice made by the creator of the game, and Crash Bandicoot series is known for having colorful and exaggerated characters, and the unusual skin tone may have been simply to make the characters more visually interesting. Ultimately, the true reason for the unnatural skin color of Dr. Cortex and his companions has never been fully explained. It is possible that the combination of three stories are simply a creative choice made by the developers of the game. Okay, so right off the bat, we know that the first thing it said isn't true because we saw all of them as children, and they were already different colors. The second one about them being hybrids not really makes sense because none of the doctors have animal features like fur, claws, or tails. And then the third one just being a meta reason that's just what they look like because that's what they were designed to. So I was hoping that it would say that Cortex had like scurvy. Or no, not scurvy. What is it when you turn yellow? Is it scurvy? No, kidney failure. I'm saying scurvy. Like Cortex had kidney failure, he turned yellow. Brio had gangrene, he turned green. And then who knows? I was hoping it to like go into science and stuff, but I wouldn't give this a pass either. This isn't a really good theory. Now we're gonna go for the third. It's got 0 out of 3 or 0 for 2 in my opinion. Okay, the last one I said, can you give me a theory about Dingodile? So let's see what it says. Dingodile is a recurring character in the Crash Bandicoot series and is a hybrid of a dingo and a crocodile. He's known for his aggressive personality as well as his fiery attacks, which he unleashes using a flamethrower attached to his back. Here's a theory about the origins of Dingodile. It is possible that Dingodile was created through genetic experimentation, possibly by Cortex, one of his associates. The series has established that Cortex and his colleagues are skilled geneticists, and they have been known to experiment on animals and create hybrid creatures. It's possible he was created in a similar manner using DNA. Okay. That's a good one. It's blatantly obvious, but let's go on. Another possibility is that Dingodile is not created through genetic experimentation, but rather evolved naturally in an alternate version of the Crash Bandicoot universe. This alternate universe could have been formed as a result of a rift in space-time of some sort of type of cosmic event in the universe. Naturally, environment, he may have favored the evolution of hybrid creatures like Dingodile. Okay. Rifts are in the series now, so I guess they could retcon that. And then it is also a possibility Dingodile was simply the product of the game development imagination. Without a specific backstory explanation, Crash Bandicoot series is known for colorful, eccentric characters. Dingodile is simply another example of this. Okay, so what it all boils down to, I don't think the AI can theorize anything. It has some wacky fanfic ideas, but really none of them really tap into the lore of the series and use specific examples. So I would give this 0 out of 3. So I think that I'm pretty safe. I could keep making my Crash Bandicoot theory videos, and I hope you guys can keep enjoying them. So with that all said, I hope I see you in the next video, guys. Take it easy, Bandicrew.